Right now, your bank account is being monitored. Not because you did anything wrong, not because you are suspected of anything, simply because of the number sitting in your balance. There is a dollar amount, and most people never find out what it is, that triggers an automatic government report the moment you cross it. Your bank files it in secret. They are legally banned from mentioning it to you. And the worst part? The people who try to protect themselves from it are the ones who end up in federal trouble. I am going to show you 7 things about your own money that your bank will never bring up. Some of them protect you. One of them could destroy you. And the last one is a 10-minute fix that most families never find until it is too late. Since 1970, a federal law has required every bank in America to generate an automatic report whenever a customer deposits or withdraws more than $10,000 in cash on a single day. That report is called a currency transaction report. It does not go to the IRS. It goes to a unit inside the U.S. Treasury called the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. FinCEN for short. You do not fill it out. You do not know it happened. Your bank has 15 days to submit it, and they keep it on file for 5 years. Here is the important thing to understand. This report is not an accusation. It is not a red flag. It is routine paperwork. Millions of these are filed every year. Most of them never go anywhere. If you sell your truck for $14,000 cash and deposit every dollar, a report gets filed. Your life goes on. Nothing happens. Hold on to that, because the next point is where the real danger lives. The second people learn about the $10,000 report, their instinct kicks in immediately. Easy fix, they think. I will just bring in $9,500, or split it up over a few days. That instinct is a federal crime. Deliberately breaking up deposits to keep them below the reporting threshold is called structuring. It is a violation of Title 31 of the United States Code, Section 5324, and it is treated as a felony regardless of whether your money is legal. Read that again. The money can be completely clean. You can have paid taxes on every single dollar. You can have received it as an inheritance or a gift from your own family. None of that matters. If you broke it into pieces specifically to avoid the report, you committed the offense. The consequences include up to 5 years in federal prison, fines that can reach $250,000, and civil asset forfeiture, meaning the government can take your entire account without even charging you with a crime. There are real cases, real retirees, real savings accounts wiped out because the deposit pattern looked suspicious, not because the money was dirty. The protection is simple. Deposit everything at once and bring documentation showing where it came from. Never break it up. The moment you do, clean money becomes a federal problem. Beyond the $10,000 report, there is a second one most people have never encountered. It is called a suspicious activity report, and it has no minimum amount attached to it whatsoever. A bank can file it on a $400 transaction, a $200 transaction, any amount, any day, for any behavior their monitoring software decides looks unusual. And here is what makes it different from everything else. It is a federal crime for any bank employee to disclose to you that one has been filed on your account. You could be flagged this week. You would have no way of knowing. What actually triggers it is not a big number. It is a pattern change. If you have been withdrawing $400 every Friday for the past decade, and you suddenly request $7,000 for a home repair, the system flags it automatically. It does not know about your contractor. It does not ask. It just flags the deviation. The way you prevent this from becoming a problem is simple. Bring context. If you are making a large or unusual transaction, walk in with a receipt, a contract, or a letter explaining it. That paperwork gives the bank what it needs to close the flag before it turns into anything. This one is newer, and it is catching people completely off guard. Over the past few years, banks and brokerages have been authorized to place a temporary hold on the accounts of customers 65 and older if there is any reason to suspect that person is being financially taken advantage of. The hold can last up to 15 business days. It can be extended beyond that. And it was written with genuinely good intentions, to stop scammers from emptying a grandparent's savings before anyone realizes what is happening. But that same rule applies to you too, even if you are completely sharp and making a completely legitimate withdrawal. Walk into your branch at 72, ask for $25,000 in cash to help your daughter with a down payment, and the teller may be legally required to pull you into a private room, question your intentions, and hold your funds while the bank investigates whether someone put you up to it. There is no age at which this concern goes away, and getting frustrated with the teller does not speed up the process. What does help is a phone call before the withdrawal. Tell your branch manager what is coming. Ask them to note it on your account. Designate a trusted contact person in writing. That single step converts a 15-day freeze into a brief conversation the morning of the withdrawal. Every bank account in the United States is insured by the FDIC, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. That insurance protects your money if the bank fails, but only up to $250,000 per depositor, per bank, per ownership category. If you have $320,000 in a single account and your bank closes, $70,000 of your savings is uninsured. You could lose it permanently. People tend to think bank failures are ancient history. In 2023, 3 of the largest bank collapses in American history happened within a 10-week window. Depositors who were under the limit were protected completely. Those above it were not, and only got rescued because of an emergency political decision that no law requires anyone to repeat. The fix is straightforward. Spread funds across different banks, or open different ownership categories. Individual, joint, retirement, at the same institution. Every dollar can sit below the limit. It costs nothing. It just takes about 20 minutes of paperwork. Let me leave you with the one thing to remember from all of this. The bank will not call you to explain any of it. The government will not send you a letter. None of these rules are outlined in the paperwork you signed when you opened the account. The system is designed to stay exactly the way it is, unless you decide to move first. You now know what the reporting threshold is. You know what not to do when you learn about it. You know about the invisible report. You know about the senior account freeze. You know the insurance limit. You know why a joint account is not the gift people think it is. And you know the one designation, POD, that fixes almost all of it in a single conversation. The only thing left is to walk into your branch and ask for it by name. If someone you care about keeps most of their savings in a single account, a parent, a neighbor, a friend who recently lost a spouse, send this to them, right now. One of these 7 things may already be working against their money without anyone realizing.